Let's see. Companies need to go back to their old titles, remaster them for modern systems, and even make sequels for some of them. I agree and disagree. Capcom, I think, is doing a great job. The Resident Evil 2 remaster looks like it's amazing. At the same time, I also feel like a lot of companies need to kind of go back to their roots, not to remake or remaster, but to remember what made them good in the first place, and then kind of go back to that. You know, I don't need... what's a good example? I mean, there are exceptions, obviously, notable ones. But, like, I didn't need, like, 50 different flavors of crazy, like, high-end Mega Man, necessarily. I just wanted, like, good old Mega Man X to come back, and I felt like they were kind of... Mega Man X7 and X8 were wild and bad. And they more or less were like, well, no one likes Mega Man anymore, we're canceling the series forever, which is kind of wrong. They were just misguided. And I get the fact that innovation is important. Well, no, I don't know. Because the problem is, like, if you don't innovate at all, you just end up with a regressive series that doesn't go anywhere. I think, actually, a lot of what the problem is a lot of modern techniques, online stuff, and 3D, and, like, increasingly powerful systems made a lot of developers go, you know, full on, like, we gotta make this game look as good as possible. And, you know, really, really, like, pump up the eye candy and stuff. And I think it broke a lot of companies. Like, I think it actually, like, destroyed their ability to come up with new things, because all they could do was just make it prettier, which, like, on some level is fine, but, like, I don't know. I prefer this style to, say, Final Fantasy 15 style. I mean, it's still kind of gray and drab, but that's just because, I mean, it is made for the Wii. You can only do so much. Octopath Traveler showed that Square Enix doesn't need to do an over-the-top budget realistic game to produce something successful. Yeah, Octopath Traveler is one of the games from the last year that I actually regret not finishing. And I want to go back to that. Kind of in the same vein, Lost Sphere wasn't an amazing game, but it was interesting enough. And I'd actually like to go back and finish that one as well, just because it was a decent Square Enix game. And it wasn't super high budget or anything like that, and, like, I had a lot more fun. That said, I would like to see some kind of modern ports and, you know, maybe throw a nice coat of paint on things. Legend of the Dragoon. I'm stumbling over my words hard here. That one is super notable for me. And I'd love to see that one get some love. That whole series, that and, like, Breath of Fire. I'd like to see those kind of make a comeback someday.
Hold on a minute, Chocobo. Looks like Raffaello's trying to say something. Huh? You think there's something over there? What's this? Hey, wait! Raffaello, where are you going? I can't believe you went in there. Chocobo, you've got to go get Raffaello. Yeah!
I like it how I'm just the town's personal hit bird. Like, something's going wrong. Sick him, Chocobo.
Hey, buddy. You checking this place out, too?
Yeah!
I found some papers in Mayor Gale's house suggesting there's a clue to my grandfather's whereabouts in here. Want to look around together?
Get!
Let's get this adventure started.
And I can't wait till I'm back from my trip and we can just do long JRPG nights again. I miss those. Guardian of the Flame. Oh god, it's got 22 floors.
The amazing Dungeon Hero Excaball! Get ready for today's Whisperweed transmission. It's advice on!
There's special traps in this dungeon, Koopa. The question is, are they dueling traps, where you must go mono a Talano against a boss? Or are they shopping traps, where you must master a merchant? Whatever comes next is all up to the winds of fate, Koopa. Okay, so what is this? Can't do anything with it. Oh, hello.
What's the deal with this door? Looks shut fast. There's no keyhole or anything. Maybe there's some other trick to it?
Cool.
Oh well, we'll have to try going down the stairs over there. Come on, buddy.
Okay, so that's a warp point. So I assume after a certain amount of levels we get a boss? Okay, so we're actually going to bail on the dungeon almost immediately. My inventory is super full. 18 items is unacceptably low. Hopefully I can, like, buff that up or something. Anyway, let's, I guess let's go mess with the forge a little bit, and then, oh yeah, what's this guy?
Howdy. This is Harry's Hardware.
Oh, I got a new bag available. 200 gil and it's yours. Interested? Yes. Always a pleasure. Now go on and check out my other wares. Bye. Wood saddle. Blessed rosary. Teleport wings. Appraisal glasses.
Howdy. This is Harry's Hardware.
Very glad we didn't get blown away by that explosion. I was hoping you'd sell more bags to me.
Hey, Chocobo.
You let me at your talons and saddles. I can strengthen them up for you. So we can hone, fuse. Leather saddle, fire saddle. So that'll get us a better fuse, fire saddle. Okay, I might have to unequip my equipment.
Hey, Chocobo.
Okay, let's fuse, fire saddle, leather saddle. Okay, so that gets us a fire saddle plus 5. Better defense? Sure. And then fire talons, leather talons. Might be a good idea. I'm not entirely sure if the, fire is a good idea, but we're gonna do it anyway. Oh, it gets pricey. Alright, let's go get my money. Building across from the street should be a casino. Okay. I'm not a big fan of gambling in games, to be totally honest, but I'll pop in anyway. Oh, the Mog House. I'm Mog the Moogle. Nice to meet you, Koopa. Nope. Book's not for you yet. Come back later, I'll let you know when you're ready. Yeah, this seems... Oh god, there's, what's his face from Final Fantasy VI. I'm assuming the casino is a later thing. But no, I never like gambling in games. Because I usually end up save scumming or something like that.
Thank you.
Okay, so we can sell bejeweled collars. Probably sell the extra books. I don't know if I have much of a use for them. Okay,
Hello,
let's deposit Gassel Greens, Gassel Greens, Gassel Greens, Gassel Greens. Let's actually, do we carry one of these around with me? I will. Probably gonna put away the bomb shard. Probably didn't need to do that, honestly, but that's okay. Now let's see if I can fuse the 2 more talents together. I don't know if it actually gets me... I don't know if it gets me any kind of bonus, but I want to mess around with the fusion system, seeing as it's the only way I can mess with equipment right now anyway. Let's see, is the same as the Wii version of this game? Yeah.
Hey, Chocobo.
It's a HD remaster. It doesn't look like this does anything for me. Dang, I was actually hoping that fusing them together would produce, like, better results or something like that.
Howdy.
Okay, so we want to sell Talon's level 2. Fire Saddle, Fire Talons. Enough Gessel Greens to last me. And I'm not too worried about my gold. Should you get this or Dark Souls Remastered? It's a tough... Those are completely... Those aren't even comparable things, honestly.
Hello, Chocobo.
Plaza Gill. Okay, so I have Gessel Greens, large Gessel Greens. I'll put away one of the Gessel Greens, so I'll have a little bit. Yeah, this or Dark Souls Remastered. I mean, really depends what you're going for. Dark Souls Remastered is kind of heavily flawed because it's kind of a lazy remaster. Like, it's actually one of the worst remasters I've ever seen. No, not one of the worst, but it was pretty bad. I don't know if the hacking problems have gotten any better either. But, I mean, at its core, Dark Souls is still fantastic. Like, if you're asking me Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon or Dark Souls, those are... You know, that's a bit more of a acceptable question. I didn't play DS1, though. Honestly, my recommendation is... get Dark Souls 1 on sale, probably. If you can. I guess if you're... Depends on what you're getting it for. Because if you're getting it for the Switch or the PS4, or if you'll be buying it on Steam. Because I know Dark Souls Remastered goes cheap on Steam. Let's see. We have marshmallows. That's it. You wanted it for the Switch. Easier to play at your job during shifts. I would probably recommend this if you're doing stuff between shifts. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon is kind of designed to be picked up and put down. Whereas Dark Souls Remastered, if you have to put it down, you are not going to be able to that well. Kinda? I don't know. I also have limited knowledge of how Dark Souls Remastered performs on the Switch. I heard it was pretty bad, though. Question mark. But, you know, don't take my word for it. I'd actually recommend looking up reviews. Because I played Dark Souls Remaster on Steam. And it worked alright. I left Alpha in the dust. I'm back. Goblin monstrosity. We might actually have to, like, even come back. What is my... Can I check my status? Freelancer level 3. Yeah, I'd like to get that up. Yeah, these guys are a bit hurtier than the previous dungeon. Getting me a decent number of levels, though. Whoops. There we go. Plenty of JP. What is that? Some kind of... I think it's supposed to look like lava down there, but it really is just like orange water. We are just in a dungeon rising above the sea of Fanta. That is absolutely what's going on here. Let's see, how easy is it to change your buddy? Let's see, buddy registry. Let's see. So, interesting. So, can I just do it here? No. You have to do it, I think, at the beginning of the dungeon, but you can switch your buddy around freely. I've just been using Alpha for reasons. I'd like to get a healer or a ranged attacker, probably. Because it'd be nice to have that level of support. I'm just gonna see, instead of chasing it, I'm just gonna let it come to me and die. Easier to fight enemies on my own terms. Okay. Hello, marshmallow. Oh, I wonder if the red marshmallows are resistant to fire. They probably are. Polishing cream. Admittedly, I'm not actually sure if polishing cream is going to be that useful on any of my immediate weapons. Yeah, dang. Oh, good thing Alpha was paying attention. But yeah, I'll see what party members I can recruit and or use later. Let's see. I wonder if you can actually get the white mage girl. I bet she's the first like official healer you get, but you probably don't get her for a while. I should probably actually use Chocobo Kick occasionally. I'm back. He comes and dies. Okay, so we could. Okay, so glasses. I guess I'll appraise the wood talons. I don't entirely know if the wood talons are -1. Oh. Hewn from hardwood, deadlier than you'd expect and easy to wield, will not rust. Suffer a curse. Oh, it's cursed. Okay. So, I thought for a second that would have like a poison element, but I guess poison really isn't that helpful. Ow. Tough sucker. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm getting the distinct feeling the fire talons might not have been a good idea. A lot of these enemies seem to resist fire, because I think I'm doing less damage than I was doing in the previous dungeon. Let's see. You know, I'd actually really like to play... Wait, can I kick this guy into the other guy? We'll do bonus damage. The answer is no. Well, that's unfortunate. It'd be really interesting to play a... Okay, job level up. A mystery dungeon game like this, but with the customization levels of World of Final Fantasy. That would be a lovely game. I would have a lot of fun with that. Okay, so I think we might have to bail here. I got a potion. There we go. Let's finish this off. But yeah, let's actually escape the dungeon. Because, yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of grinding here. This might be one of those games that, like, we just, start a session and I'm suddenly, like, 3 or 4 levels higher, because that's just how it's gonna work.
Howdy. This is...
Okay, so we want to sell anti-poison collar. No blind collar. I like the anti-poison. Lose the cursed things. Probably gonna hold on to the wood talons...
Hey, Chocobo.
Okay, so if I fuse, it's always the same amount. Okay, so it seems like the wood talons are straight up just better. So I think I'm just gonna go with no element and just jam the fire talons onto the wood talons. Got 274. Can I make enough money here? We didn't pick up any spell. No, I'm gonna have to go get some money. But yeah, I think being elementless is probably gonna be better for me now. Eventually, what we're probably gonna want to carry around is like 1 or 2 different.
Thank you.
Let's see. We'll want to carry around like 1 or 2 different weapons. Okay, so we want to withdraw 200. That'll be enough. Rust will be a big deal in the second real-world dungeon. So, the whole wood thing not rusting is actually like an issue. Does your equipment degrade? Because that's
Hey, Chocobo.
rough. Okay, so we want to fuse. Guess I gotta unequip my fire talons.
Hey, Chocobo.
Okay, wood talons plus 7. That'll be good. Okay, so remove brand. Don't think I can do that with either. And honing costs money. Never mind then. I've got polishing paste. I don't want to discard that. Why is it only letting me discard that? Wow, imagine this. You play through a monster collection game with classes for human characters and different evolutions for monsters. You have the NPC that are fighters in the party. There are other NPCs that help you out in town. You can go into them to level up, unlocking new abilities. Yeah, kinda. That is a game that I'd really like to play someday. Okay. I guess I'm gonna just go drop stuff into storage. For some reason, I can't use the polishing paste. Or can I only use polishing paste inside the dungeon?
Hello, Chocobo.
I'm actually gonna hold on to those. I did get the, I did actually apply the fire element to my wood claws. I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, only inside dungeon, only items with less than max hone. Okay. Let's grab the polishing paste from what's-his-face, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, is it only 7 out of 8? Well, in that case, I thought it went up to 10 for whatever reason. In that case, we only need 1 of these. Sorry. I grew up playing Phantasy Star Online, where you could just continuously add plus to all of your equipment. I want to say ad infinitum? I'm not entirely sure. There might have been a limitation. Let's see. Any items? Right. I was going to remove the element.
Hey, Chocobo.
Remove brand from these. Okay, there we go. Let's see. But yeah, so in Phantasy Star Online, you got like random items every once in a while that would let you upgrade your equipment in much the same manner. And I don't know if there was a limit. I think you could just keep adding a ton, and I loved it. Because I had some, like, pretty rad weapons by the time I was done. I think it was, like, a pair of machine guns. Machine pistols that just wrecked things. Okay, so... Oh, we still have to go down 1 more. I could become a knight? But I think I'm gonna go until level 5 on Freelancer, and we'll go from there. Let's see. Ability. What's the new ability I got? Dig. Dig up an item once per floor. I got an icky drink. Oh. Okay, let's see how much damage I do now. Pretty much the same freaking amount of damage. So the fire damage really didn't change a dang thing. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. Hello. Yeah, so it shouldn't take too long to get Freelancer up to the next level. I should probably actually do a little bit of research into what the different classes do, because I mean, I can do some grinding, but it'd actually be worth figuring out exactly how they function and if there are any major mechanics I'm missing. What was the game? It was like a tactical JRPG. It wasn't Last Story. It was... Oh, I don't even remember. It was on the PS3 and Xbox 360. It was one of those that if you didn't know what you were doing, you could actively screw yourself over by gaining too many levels. And... like... that sucks. I never got far enough to really feel it, but it was one of those where I found it out and then I realized I'd already, like, kind of passed the point of no return. It wasn't Final Fantasy VIII, it was, Last Remnant, I think. Yeah, not Lost Odyssey, it was something Remnant. That was the game I played. And it was neat. It had some really neat features. And I'd like to play it someday. I think they came out with the HD version recently. Let's see. But I didn't get the chance. Nor probably will I ever. I don't know. One of my goals is to, you know, obviously get that couch. And then spend a decent chunk of time just hanging out in the back of, hanging out on my couch, just playing JRPGs. You know, later on in the night. Probably something kind of informal with Shell, occasionally. Just to say, like, chill, hey, we're going to do this for a couple hours. Last Remnant's on Steam, if that's the game we mean. Yeah, it is. They had ported it to Steam for whatever reason a while back, and then they did like an HD version. It was actually really cool of them. I tried moving so it would potentially hit my buddy. But didn't work that way. Yeah, I wonder how the co-op works if I'm also a buddy. But yeah, it was absolutely the Last Remnant. It still seemed like an interesting game because it had like a really strong, like, it was like a morale mechanic. It almost reminded me of Final Fantasy 12. You know, taking those larger scale battles, especially from the tutorial, and applying them to like a full JRPG as opposed to kind of just a here and there thing-ish. I didn't actually play that much Final Fantasy 12, so... Well, no, I did. I just got up to that, like, sand temple, and that was kind of about it. No, I got past that. Of the Final Fantasy games, 6 and 12 are probably the two that I would do a series on. And maybe go back and finish 15. I didn't like 15 that much. It had some decent ideas, and it was kind of... It had some decent ideas, and it was interesting to play. It's just like, I didn't like the combat that much. And the plot was like half there. Like, I don't know what they were thinking in making like a really piecemeal Final Fantasy thing. The fact that like you had to watch the movie to get like even understand why anything was happening. And even then, like, the movie was pretty, but insane. Okay, step on a tile to or one of those tiles to teleport to a shop or a duel room. Shops are floors with a merchant or forge, while duel rooms are floors with a powerful enemy. I mean, I might as well. We should probably eat soon. At least I'm getting a decent chunk of experience from all this. Food trap. Less hungry. More polishing cream. Unfortunately, I've just got a whole bunch of random stuff. I'm probably gonna have to just start chucking things that don't seem useful to me. That's probably okay. Oh, I should probably keep one of those wood saddles. Because we can combine the anti-fire properties of my current fire saddle into a wood saddle. I'm back. Okay. Boss or merchant? I got nothing against either. Hey! Okay, so we can buy Firebook, Phoenix Down, Fire Saddle. No. But what we can do is sell Icky Drink, Plentiful Drink, Funny Collar. I'm just gonna sell whatever. I'm just gonna start selling some of the polishing cream. We get enough of that just kind of wandering around as it is. 3 potions? 3 potions might be a little bit much. But that's okay. Advance! Okay, so let's... From 5th floor. How status? Job level 4. Oh, to next job level. 650. Jesus. I have to kill a lot of dudes. I'm slowed. I'm no longer slowed. Well, that had no teeth. But that's okay. Yeah, we haven't had one of these guys explode on me yet, so I'm not actually sure how much of a difference that makes. Also, in terms of making money, collars above all else. Unless they're cursed. Cursed very obviously kind of throws the whole thing off. Ah. Another slow trap. Potion. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could probably bum rush floor 11 and try and get the teleporter. I don't know if it's a good idea, though. Reminds you of some of the older Digimon games where you roam dungeons in the same way. Yep, Digimon World 2 was a mystery dungeon game. It was interesting seeing the Digimon team. Ow! It was interesting seeing them more or less ape ideas from other games for their various games. So, Digimon World 1? I want to say Digimon World 1 was actually really fairly original. In its design. I mean, it was kind of some weird, bizarro Tamagotchi RPG, but, like, really fun. And, like, I wish they'd make more of them. I liked Next Order, but I found it to be kind of flat. It lacked some of that, like, mystery exploring the world that I got from World 1. Or maybe that was just because World 1 was such a unique existence. Ow. I'm just gonna hang out for a bit. Okay. We should probably leave. I'm just gonna hang out here. It'll cost me some food, but that's okay. And yeah, with 3, they really tried to separate themselves from Pokemon. Which is weird, because 3 was a Pokemon clone. Like, 3 was pretty fantastic. I liked it a lot. But it was absolutely a unabashed Pokemon clone. They even had gym leaders and stuff. It was good, though. Like, that's another one of those JRPGs. The bucket list is like Digimon World 1, Digimon World 3, Legend of Dragoon. What else is there? Go back and finish the ones I have finished. Or I have half finished, because that bothers me. Here's a question. Are they going to come back simultaneously? No. Legend of Mana. Grandia. I mean, I'd like to go back and finish Secret of Mana. But the scaling on that got kind of butts. Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Absolutely Xenoblade. We have a, I believe it's, like, officially confirmed that we've got a Xenoblade Chronicles X2. So, I'm probably gonna try and play through X1 before not X1. I'm gonna try and play through Xenoblade Chronicles 1 before X2 comes out. Even though it's, well... I mean, like, yeah, technically you would play X1 first, but I've already played that, so it's like, I don't know.